Hi guys, I'm Nagadir-chan, and welcome to my review for Babylon, episode 6 and episode 7. Well, it's getting wild. Wilder than before. I'm kinda speechless, so I need to kinda collect myself. I'm still not collected, it would take some time to be collected after that episode, and it's good that continuation is on December. So I will start with episode 6. Oh, well, no surprise that of Tutu really messed with Seizaki. I don't know, but I felt that Seizaki is more and more depressed during episode 6 because of what happened, and that it was another guy who died because of him. Well, not because of him, but was kind of part of his team and he knew him well. So, of course, distraught is just normal to happen. Also, what I really didn't like that they kinda keep showing his family, how happy his family is, and please stop. Stop with these freaking dead flags, because I'm not sure if I can take it. Do you understand me? I'm not sure if I can take it anymore. Stop flagging his freaking family. I swear. Because, the more and more episodes are coming, I'm having bigger and bigger pit in my stomach because I feel something bad is going to happen, and I know something bad is going to happen because of how this show works. And I'm still hoping that something happens to prevent that, but I guess no. So I have a very bad feeling about what's going to happen in the future. Then, because this talk in TV where Itsuki is his name, Itsuki and other representatives will have talk and discuss this suicide law for election next day, I think. So they are preparing for that, and Seizaki decided to disband his team, the special investigation team on Itsuki, because they weren't able to find any clues or anything which can tell that he was the one behind the suicide, so they can't arrest him. Which is baffling, but yeah, they can arrest him legally. So Seizaki decided to disband his team and told them that he's going to arrest him no matter what, which is technically kidnapping. He even admits that. And what I really loved is that his team is so loyal, and they will understand that this whole thing is so messed up that they can't go by law anymore. So they decided to go with him. Yeah, they plan to kidnap Itsuki after this debate ends. So they kinda had very elaborate plan, which I'm glad for. But, well, it worked how it worked in a visit, so we all know that. So, yeah, I like the whole stuff about it. I didn't feel great about it. Like I've said, I had such a huge pain in my stomach and I knew something bad is going to happen. Surprisingly. I love how his whole team still stands behind him. It was so cute and admirable, and it really showed that they really wanted to get Itsuki. Well. Oh yeah, his assistant finally opened up. She even wanted him to call her by her name, which was another dead flag. I was like, well, girl, I have a feeling you are going to die horribly. Don't you hate it when you are right? Right? I hate it when I'm right. But the moment this talk happened, there was a very great political talk, I would say, because opposition had a lot of interesting and rightful opinions, and I would say they discussed it pretty well. I think they cannot talk about it beforehand because we know that most of them, I think, were the people which wanted Itsuki to be elected in Shiniki. So that's why he is mayor. And even the guy who initiated this whole mess, Nomaru is his name, yeah, he also had a pretty interesting talk about emotions. That when you have a suicide love, there need to be someone who would be, judged, but there still will be a lot of emotions involved, so it would be hard to judge who has read and who has not, and this kind of talk. So it was very interesting, and I really like the way things and the way they presented that. It made sense. But like the whole time it was like all these people oppositions, like they had their time to talk and present their thoughts and how they look at this law. I was like, oh my god, like I wonder what Itsuki is going to tell. And I knew he is going to be well prepared and would destroy everything completely. I knew it. And yeah, that happened. Like, Itsuki is such a sly bastard. He knows very well how things are working, and he was so well prepared. So well prepared. Like, he stumped all of their arguments in the ground pretty well, I would say. He, like, about morals, there was talk about morals, what is morally good, what is morally great, and such stuff, that, like, killing and death is morally wrong universally and such, and suicide are kind of morally wrong too. And I love that Itsuki talked about the fact that morals change over time, that things which were morally wrong in the past are not morally wrong now, and things which were morally okay in the past are morally wrong now. So that was a really great argument, because yeah, humanity evolves and change, and many things change with them. That was a really great talk. I really like that. And he was also talking about like how it will go legally, that I don't know, in certain countries like Canada and Netherlands, marijuana is legal, but it necessarily doesn't mean that there will be more people using it. It's kind of like people usually do illegal stuff more because it's illegal. Like, it drives them to do that because they kind of want to rebel or something like that. You know what I mean. But not exactly. It's not that easy to talk about it, but it's kind of true that when things are illegal, people are driven to them to kind of, because they are rebellious or just they want to prove something, so they are going to do that. But when it is legal, it's kind of loses that appeal, you know. So that was also a very interesting talk. I really liked his approach about his morality and whatever else stuff. Then Nomaru, I mean, at this point, it will kind of seem like they're a little bit losing it, so Nomaru decides to have a host, which was that boy. I probably didn't mention that, but it was a boy who, like, had a video on, well, you can say YouTube, talking about that his father wants to commit suicide and he is very sad and he didn't want to happen. So he asked people to help him and such. So Nomaru like had this kid as a host to talk in front of people about his situation, and because of like this, his father wants to commit suicide, it's bad, and like kind of playing on people's feelings, because when we have kids involved, people are like usually going to help more because it's kids. So it's very easy to play with people's feelings when kids are involved. So I really like that he used these tactics, but then the whole time I was kind of thinking, I feel like this is a trap. Like it's clever. He destroyed all of your arguments on the head, kind of counter-attack against them. So I think it's trap. Nomaru is very manipulative politician. And I like that. I don't like the fact that manipulative politicians exist in real life, and that's not good, but I like his character because he's realistic, So he played this child is sad, please help card. But I love that Itsuki completely turned that over, because he was the father of the kid. the kid was his son, and he was the father who wanted to commit suicide. I was like, what? I'm not sure if that kid was really his son, but I don't know, like, it seems too much coincidence, kind of very fishy, and it was definitely a trap, I knew that. I gave this episode 9 out of 10 because I really like the political stuff, politician and their what they presented. Oh my god, English speaking is kind of failing me right now. And how Itsuki kinda turned everything over to his favor. He's a sly bastard. Really, really sly bastard. And I really don't like him. He looks nice. He's as old as me, which is kinda freaky because he looks so good. But he freaks me. I don't know if he works with Magase, like, but what's their relationship? Like, what is going on? So 9 out of 10 because this whole like political stuff going on and how it worked, what they were doing, discussion and what they presented and their thoughts and counter-attacks, counter-arguments, whatever you want to call it. I really liked that. It was really good, really well done, at least how I understand it. It was very well done. Then the 7th episode came. Well, 7th episode was, I would probably say, one of the most disturbing episodes in any kind of media I watched for a very, very long time. And when I say very disturbing, I mean very disturbing. For me, I love gore, so spoilers. I love gore. I like violence in my show and such, in my shows, in my manga, in my books, in my games. I really love gore and violence, but sometimes when it is too realistic, kinda hits you and kinda makes you a little bit sick. I like that. I like that it hits you how much raw and realistic it is. So this episode was really, really disturbing. And prompts to actors. Voice actors, they did amazingly great job conveying emotions, especially voice actor of Seizaki. Seriously. Magase also did a great job with her voice acting. So I kinda need to breathe a little bit to convey all my feelings about this mess. So we all know that Seizaki wanted to kidnap Itsuki after this whole discussion ends. Oh yeah, this whole Itsuki is father of the kid problem. He played even better this kid is sad, please help card than other politician. Way more better. Because like I've said, when kids and children are involved, people immediately want to help no matter what. It's kinda like pulling on your heartstrings, so if you pull kid card, people usually would help you no matter what. Kinda. Sadly. It happens. I mean, it's kid, pure innocent kid help, of course, so yep. So the thing was that his son, I guess, supposedly has some heart problems, that his heart is not going to survive for a long time. So Itsuki wants to commit suicide and give him his heart. Even though some other people were like, oh, we are going to give him his heart or whatever, Itsuki still was like, no, I'm going to commit suicide because I want, blah blah blah. And what I really didn't like about him was like, well, now I will die, I will have this heart for you, you can take it or not, but kinda think about it well, because, you know, that heart, if you won't take it, kinda would have no meaning. I was like, are you guilt tripping your own son? Are you serious? Are you serious about that? This poor little kid who is just crying here and don't know what to think, but because his father, I guess it's his real father, is crazy as hell and you're even guilt tripping him. I don't like Itsuki at all, but he's not as messed up as Magase. That's another deal. So there was like this whole talk about this, and he was like talking with his son in like in front of camera, so the whole Japan Shiniki, I don't know, saw that. So of course people now be like, oh, maybe this is a good idea, and people get tricked very easily, especially when kids are involved. So at least there would be a lot of discussion about this whole suicide stuff. I'm still thinking like, I don't think this is the main idea what they want to do. Like, what's their goal? What is going to happen? This is kind of chaotic. Isn't this like kind of subversion of some different things? Is Itsuki working for Magase or she's working for him? Like, I'm still thinking about like what's the relation, what's freaking going on. So that happened, and I'm guessing people now will be pro this law because kids are involved, and that's never good when like people know how to use this kid card. Yep, things are messed up here. Then Seizaki finally initiated his plan, and he wanted to separate Itsuki and his family, so he had like teams everywhere and then kind of planned route how it will go on as such, and all this stuff to ensure everything will go right. But it didn't, surprisingly, because like the team was going with Itsuki and they were, I don't know, going somewhere with him, probably to arrest him. And some like explosion or something happened somewhere. I was like immediately, oh, this is a diversion. I know what's going on. It's a diversion. Of course, but did Itsuki plan it or like what's happening? I wasn't exactly sure, but I knew it's bad news. Definitely bad news. And then it happened. Like, Seizaki was talking with all these like members of a team and controlling them and discussing with them, and like if they're on their position, what happening, via walkie-talkie and such stuff. And one by one, members of the team stopped responding. Well, that's a huge flag. Like, something bad is happening, very bad is happening. The team with Itsuki was still okay, but other teams they passed kind of stopped responding, and it was freaky, really freaky. Like, this episode turned kind of to horror very quickly, from thriller to horror, because that was hella creepy and freaky what was happening. It was so weird and like claustrophobic, I would say. So weird. Yeah, I really like the cinematics of this episode also. So Seizaki didn't know what to do. He sent some people. I think he wanted to go, but his assistant was willing to go to look after wife and child because that explosion or whatever happened in the place they were. So she wanted to see if they're okay or what's happening there. I was like, girl, rest in peace. Pieces. In pieces. I mean, also, if you saw the poster of this show, you did a great job, whoever made that poster. Such a teasing, such a foreshadowing. Yep, I was like, this is weird. Why is this shredded thing going over Fumio's head? Oh, he hanged himself. And this guy. And this woman. Oh, I get it now to this episode. Foreshadowing. Good job. Oh my god, it was the whole time. It was right in front of your eyes. I love these kind of things. So, oh, this episode is so messed up. Jesus. So, she went there see what's happening because people stopped like talking about them, so it was spooky. Then then I think friend of Seizaki called him or something like that, so he ran to the place where he heard him, and he was lying there or sitting, shot and bleeding kinda crazily. I was like, what the hell just happened? Even Seizaki was like very distracted and kind of worried, and when you see one of your best friends shot in front of you and bleeding and hell, of course you probably wouldn't be calm and collected. And this friend, he called him because he wanted to help him. He told him to immediately go away, to just run away, to just disappear, go away. Magase is here. She is crazy. You have like no way to run away or like to survive this. And he was only able to like tell him this and not kill himself because he shot himself in the leg. So I guess the pain kinda a little bit negated what she did to him. Little bit, because he killed himself afterwards, right in front of Seizaki. So poor guy, he suffered so much in this episode. That's so unfair. Like, this episode was so brutal. Oh, I forgot to mention that Magase was a freaking wife of Itsuki, or she came there with a son. And that's why I'm not sure if the son was really his son or not. And is she his wife or not? Or what the hell is happening? Like, explain, please. I need to know what's happening. So Seizaki was completely like shocked, and his friend, before he killed himself, told him that only thing she did is that she whispered something to him. And it seems like I said, she's like succubus or whore of Babylon, of Siren or something like this. Like, whatever she does completely destroy males. And it's gonna have something to do with sexuality and like their kind of lust. I exactly still don't understand it, but it's crazy she can do this to them. So she just completely mindfucked them, and they just can't take it anymore, so they kill themselves, which is crazy, like creepy and crazy. So poor Seizaki witnessed this, but now he kind of a little bit understands something, and also it makes sense. How can she like make all those people who jumped from the tower do like how she made them to do it? She just walked one path and whispered to random people on the street things, and that's why they decided to do that. That's so crazy. Like, what the hell is she doing? What the hell is wrong with her? Oh my god, she's so creepy. I've read this. Seizaki is alone. Nobody responding. Creepy. Like, seriously, this was like horror. The last few minutes was like creepy horror. Not thrill anymore, it was horror, because there was a psychopathic maniac killing people, and like poor Seizaki was here alone, surrounded by nobody, only this crazy chick. Jesus Christ. I love that. Yeah, so assistant was hidden in a place, and she was kinda seeing Magase with other members of the team. She was talking with them, and I guess telling them what to do. But girl, seriously, she decided to take action, and I caught her, which I was like, well, I don't think you would be able, but you can still try. Even Seizaki was like, no, please don't, stay hidden, I will go there, I will help you. But people, I mean, I can understand that she wanted to confront her because she was there in front of her and she had a chance to do something about it. but she actually didn't have a chance. So poor Seizaki, losing everyone around him. Yeah, so he went there, he ran after assistant and a place where Magase was. And everyone was dead. They were just lying there, they committed suicide, and they were dead. Just dead. It was like massacre, but kind of mass suicide like. So he ran outside, and the assistant was nowhere to be seen. So Magase kidnapped her, and Seizaki was kind of like wanting to save her. Funny thing is that he was also questioned about this whole stuff, but nobody believed him because his whole team who knew about this, who knew about my is dead. So if he would tell people like, oh yeah, this crazy psychopathic evil chick did that, she just told these people to kill themselves because she's crazy and she has weird like abilities and she can kind of mask herself so you wouldn't like know who she is, they would think he's crazy. So nobody believed him. Great plan, Magase and Itsuki. You're evil geniuses, and it's creeping me like the hell out of me. He was kind of very depressed, but he still was determined to find his assistant and to save her. Well, Magase kinda sent him a link to live stream. And she was live streaming her killing his assistant in a very brutal way. While the assistant was still kinda conscious. And she was kinda chopping all of her limbs off. Then she chopped her head off, of course. While poor Seizaki was watching that thing happening. While this crazy psychopathic chick was talking like it was her usual Monday when she goes shopping. And she was talking about good and evil and what it is to be heroes and this kind of babble, but I think it was more of a distraction. And what I really loved was kind of getting back to interrogation scene when she was talking with Seizaki about like, we can agree that people should try to get together. And then she was like, and what about if there is person who hates wars and person who loves wars? Should they kind of try to understand each other? And have some kind of mutual understanding. And that's what she applied here. Like, I'm the most evil person. And she even admitted she's evil. And you are like very good person. You're all for justice and such. So shouldn't we try to understand each other? And that was so fucked up. She's just playing with him. She's playing her mind games on him. And I love it. She, at least from my understanding, she wants to completely destroy his personality. Because for her, this is just a game. And Seizaki is such a good guy. He really goes by just this. And I guess she wants him to abandon this and completely destroy his beliefs. So I think she might be able to do that actually. She kinda just wants chaos and entertainment. I don't see there could be anything deeper in that. Like, why would there be anything more deeper if she just wants chaos and crazy, weird, psychopathic entertainment and satisfaction what she's doing. She's having a lot of satisfaction when she's doing. And I can see that after this, Seizaki would be pretty fucked up. Because I really felt uncomfortable. They didn't show much, of course. Still, they didn't show much. Like, there was not much gore, not much blood. It wasn't very, like the scene her chopping, it wasn't very expressive in that kind of sense. But it was directed in a way that it made you really feel how heavy this scene is. And like I've said, voice actor did a great job, and Seeing Seizaki watching it and begging her to stop, to be in tears and to be completely broken by the stuff happening, it felt so uncomfortable and so hopeless and so unfair, and I felt so sad for him. I almost cried, and this is not like your kind of usual sad thing happening. No sad backstory, no sad things happening. It was just a man who was watching his assistant to be brutally murdered. And I felt extremely sad for him because that was unfair. He didn't deserve to struggle so much. And I love it. I love it because things like this happen. Maybe not in such excessive way, but there are definitely people who would make you suffer in the most horrible possible way because it brings them satisfaction. There would definitely are people which would kill your loved ones in front of you to have fun because they are so messed up and they are sick people. Of course, things like this happens, and I love how raw this is. And I felt very uncomfortable watching it, and that didn't happen for a while. That feel of hopelessness and unfairness, and it's so depressive, and I love it. It's very realistic, crazily realistic and depressing, and infuriating. And Magase is most craziest freaking scary, psychotic, bad, evil character I know, I think. Yeah, I don't think I ever knew like worse character than her. And I usually like villains, but I can't like her. Like personality wise. I like her as a villain. She's a great villain, scary, freaky, very scary villain. But I cannot like her character. Like in One Piece, I usually like villains like Crocodile or Doflamingo. I love Doflamingo. Even his character, I love his character. Even though he did bad stuff, but I still love him. But I despise Magase because she's so freaky. Oh, like I wonder where this show is going because it's so crazy. Oh boy. Yeah, like to stomach this episode will take time, and I like watch a lot of disturbing shows like Berserk. I read manga, that's very disturbing manga, and other stuff like Hunter had some disturbing stuff, like Chimera arc was very disturbing, but this episode was on another level. I never felt so distraught and hopeless. Yeah, watching something. Wow. Really. Crazy. I love this. I love this show. Can't wait for more, but next episode will be coming late December, so yeah, we'll take a time. So 10 out of 10 episode, of course. There is nothing I can say. So goodbye and see you next time.